Why I Left the Mormon Church, Part 6, Women and Garments. Garments are the underwear adult members are assigned to wear after they complete certain ceremonies in the temple. They represent holiness and your willingness to obey God's commands. They are considered very personal, so members are told not to let them show under their clothes. Men's garments are made of cotton and are easily covered by most of the men's clothes available in stores. Women's garments are made of synthetic materials and cannot be covered by most of the women's clothes sold in stores. If a woman gets her garments, she can't wear anything that comes above the knees, doesn't cover her shoulders, or is too low in front. But that may be the least of her problems. The synthetic material often causes rashes and holds in too much moisture, which leads to urinary tract infections and yeast infections. The shape of garment bottoms makes it nearly impossible to keep a pad in place during your period, so you have to use tampons or menstrual cups, which are banned in some countries, or are too uncomfortable for some women, or are medically unsafe for some women. What are they supposed to use? In addition, the design of the top makes it difficult to pull down to breastfeed, as if breastfeeding needed to be harder than it already was. According to a source on Reddit, men's and women's garments were designed by a team of men with only a couple of women on the team. They brought up issues with the design, but were largely ignored. The leaders have been told about these problems for decades, but only in the last 10 years have they started making changes. In 2015, they said it was okay for you to wear panties under your garments during your period. Thanks. No other changes were made until 2024 when the church announced that it was making a line of cotton garments for women. They are also making garment skirts to be worn with regular panties and tops that pull down easily for breastfeeding mothers. They even added sleeveless tops for women who want to wear wife beaters, I guess. These better designs are in such high demand that you will be lucky to get some 6 months after you put in your order on the church website. Not having enough inventory for members has always been a problem, and now it's even worse. I'm glad church leaders have made changes, but for me it's too little too late. Women have written to them about the poor designs since the 1950s, and 70 years later they're finally making changes. And it's only because the newest generation of women are refusing to wear them. They're even losing large amounts of members over it. Basically, the leaders won't do anything to help women unless it affects them personally, and that is unacceptable. I am much happier being able to buy clothes that were designed by women, for women, and meet women's specific needs. I will never go back to garments. For me, they are a reminder of how much the men in charge don't care about issues that don't affect them personally.